A key thing you should all write down now as well with the essays is that you want to make the question work for you. Don't work for the question. If you work for the question, you're going to freak out on the day and you're going to try and write a brand new essay. It just doesn't work. Unless you are so familiar, unless you've written out 10 plus practice responses in the days leading up for a variety of different questions, in which case you basically are using the same material again and again, so basically you've effectively memorized something anyway, then you don't go in there without the core draft, right? And then you don't go in there and try and change it. Okay, so you don't change it, don't change the structure of it, but definitely change the wording all the way throughout. Okay, so you should take that time before you write the first sentence, make sure you use the key terms of the question, keep doing that throughout, but try and use all of the evidence and material from your core draft as best as you can, as best as it relates to the question. Okay, so that's the essay. The other thing I'd be touching on the day before, right? We're going to zoom out massively in a second. The other thing I'd be touching on is what? What's the other section? We've got the comprehension section, you've got the reading section, okay? So with the reading section, you need to practice at least one question from every different text type and go over the techniques that relate to a visual text, that relate to a poem, that relate to a prose fiction extract, and that relate to a non-fiction extract. So you practice at least one question of each, write it out in full, and then revise not just the techniques that you put in that question, but look for all of the techniques that could apply for those different text types. Okay, so you do a quick brainstorm of all of it, because a lot of the success from comprehension is going to come from quickly identifying techniques for the different texts and being able to quickly explain their effect in relation to the question, okay? So comprehension is about speed, okay? So you want to have speed and you want to revise some structures and sentence starters. A lot of people don't think to do this, or you know to do it and don't do it. But what's actually going to help you on the day is knowing how to start each sentence for comprehension. Obviously for the essay, you've already learned that. That's going to make you so much smoother and quicker, because all of your time on the day should be spent on making links to the question, correct? Not on how do I start this sentence? So have already practiced the sentence start. If you've done a topic sentence in your comprehension answer, what's the next sentence? Well, then you might start with the and then put the technique in. You might just do that every single time. That's great. The metaphor, and whatever you identify in the text. Got it? What's the next sentence going to be? Well, I'm always going to say moreover, comma. Or I'm going to say however if I'm going the other way. Just go to phrases and then say the technique or through the technique, through the metaphor. You might have 2 or 3 of those different ways of starting the sentence, and that's all you need for comprehension. Comprehension isn't about how well it's all drafted together in a 3-marker. They're just looking for, did you satisfy the requirements? They don't care that you use the same sentence starters as the 4-marker previously. Treat comprehension like a formula is what I would write down as well. You don't need to be perfect in it. It doesn't need to be perfect to get full marks.